Hi, this is attorney Stephen G. Cobb after court doing the casual loose tie video series, and we're going to talk a little bit about the penalties for a Florida DUI, because quite often people will say, what are the penalties for a Florida DUI? And often before they get to a lawyer or call a law firm, they've gone to the internet. They're typing like crazy. And because a lot of these websites are government websites, they make it sound like you can't possibly get any benefit whatsoever from hiring an attorney. Let's see. Those are government websites. Of course they're going to say that. Well, then you go to some law firm websites and, if they have testimonials on their website, gosh, it sounds like they never lose a case. And so what happens is I end up getting people who will call me and they'll say, well, what's your one-loss record? And I will tell you that right now. It is completely unimportant to your case because every case is different. You can have one lawyer who only takes cases they could never lose to trial, and then you might have another lawyer who the only type of case they'll ever take to trial is one that's impossible. Which lawyer's better? Okay, when it comes to your case, we don't know where in that spectrum your case is going to fall. A terrible case or a great case or somewhere in the middle. So it's important to keep that in mind when it comes to selecting a lawyer. And when it comes to the penalties in your particular case, the answer is, I don't know because I need more information. Now, a lot of times people will say, well, I just went to this website and it told me what the minimum penalties are. Really? Is that in front of Judge A for a first offense or a second offense, or is that in front of Judge B? Is that in County X or County Y? And a person might say, well, why does that matter? This is all Florida law. Well, the reason it matters is because certain judges in, for example, the First Judicial Circuit have a policy that if you so much as bump a traffic cone and get charged with DUI with property damage because the traffic cone was scuffed, and you have one of those terrible cases, if you walk into court unrepresented, that judge will put you into jail for 10 days. Other judges in the same circuit, same locality, will not do that. So what you don't know can hurt you in a court of law. Also, there's another factor when it comes to penalties. Is there going to be a reduction in charge from, say, DUI above a .15 to simple DUI? And a person might think, well, why would that matter? Well, it might matter when it comes to a court-imposed interlock condition. And it might even matter with the Department of Highway Safety and Motor Vehicles. Not always, not usually, but it might. And then finally, if your case gets substituted, and no, it is not a reduction when someone has a reckless driving charge from a DUI. It is not a reduction at all. The only reduction from a first offense simple DUI in the state of Florida where the blood alcohol content is not above a .15 at the time of this particular video is attempted DUI. Now, I've been practicing criminal defense law since July the 2nd of 1990. I have never even seen anybody get a reduction to attempted DUI. It just doesn't happen. However, reckless driving, while not being a reduction, is a substitution. So while you're searching the internet and hoping to find some information so that you can represent yourself for free, which you and I both know is not realistic, that's like trying to perform brain surgery on yourself, and not a good idea. Remember, depending upon the technical defenses available in your case, all of the facts and circumstances which you as a layperson don't know how to process effectively because you don't have experience. You can read the entire internet on DUI, but odds are you've never litigated a DUI case. So the question as to what are the penalties for a DUI in your case or for someone you care about, the answer is we don't know. Until we actually get into the case, break it apart into its component parts, and then put it back together with all of the defenses, technical and non-technical, factored in, all of the facts and circumstances, only then do we have an idea of what penalties you're facing and whether or not you have any defenses. Thank you for watching. This is attorney Stephen Cobb with our Casual Tie Loose video series on Florida criminal and DUI law. If you have any questions, give me a call.